Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the South Florida Gospel News Radio. I am your host, Deborah Hall McCullen. And today we are continuing our celebration of National Garden Month. Some people say National Gardening Month. But anyway, we're going to continue our celebration today by talking about the Willie Bo Davis Meditation Flower and Vegetable Gardens. Now, those gardens are located on 28th Street at the Lindsay Davis Community Center. So first of all, let's talk about Mr. Willie Bo Davis. I'm going to share some information right quick about Mr. Davis and how those gardens came about. Okay, so Mr. Willie Bo Davis was a retired superintendent of public works of the Public Works Department, for the city of Riviera Beach for several years. He was also a faithful member of Hilltop Baptist Church in Riviera Beach, serving on the usher board as a past president. He was a former student at Roosevelt High School and he enjoyed spending time laughing, doing crafts, enjoying music, and having fun with his wife, Gwen Davis, who, by the way, was also is a retired city clerk for the city of Riviera Beach. And he enjoyed his many friends. Mr. Davis passed away on April 13, 2020. So we just passed the second anniversary of his passing. Thank you, Mr. Davis, for all of your service. Thank you to his family for sharing him with us and rest in paradise forever. And he's also um, a pioneer in the city and was a community activist. He did a lot for Riviera Beach. So, how the Willie Bo Davis Meditation Flower and Garden came about? Um, it came about in 2017. So, Lindsay Davis Community Center has a STARS program for the seniors, and so there were more than 70 seniors that resulted in the formation of the Lindsay Davis Garden Club, and they called it Seniors Go Green. So what they did was help weed the garden beds, pick vegetables and herbs, and maintain the garden. So the Lindsay Davis Garden Club saw an opportunity to utilize a corner of the Lindsay Davis Community Center to create another garden. So they had already created the vegetable garden in 2017. And so they wanted another little spot right up next to the community center for the flower and meditation garden. So they requested from Mr. Richard Blankenship, who's the Riviera Beach Parks and Recs director, to approve the corner and the little vacant piece of derelict lot for them to use as the flower and medication garden. So he approved, and then what happened was BB&T Bank got involved. So they donated some money and some volunteers for the Seniors Go Green project, and that is how the Willie Bo Davis Flower and Meditation Garden got started. And I'm going to show you some pictures of the meditation garden. Okay, so when you go up to the Lindsay Davis Community Center on 28th Street, you'll see the sign up close to the building, the Willie Bo Davis Meditation and Flower Garden. And I'm just going to share a few pictures of how beautiful the garden is. So when you go there, you'll see the beautiful plants and flowers. You see the benches that are there where you can sit and relax. It is so peaceful. It's very beautiful. And the bench actually has Miss Gwendolyn Davis's name on it. And so this is the Willie Bo Davis Flower and Meditation Garden. And so I'm going to show you a quick video of how it looks. This is how the garden looks. If you're standing in the middle, and like I said, it's right up by the close to the building. This is the Willie Bo Davis Flower and Meditation Garden, or is it Meditation and Flower? I can't remember. But anyway, it's a very peaceful place, very beautiful place. So let me go back to the sign so I have the correct name. Yes, it's the Willie Bo Davis Meditation and Flower Garden. Let me show you that video one more time, and then we'll move on to the vegetable garden. So there's two gardens at the Lindsay Davis Community Center. There's the Willie Bo Davis Meditation and Flower Garden up close to the building. And then there's also the Willie Bo Davis Vegetable Garden. Okay, so moving right along, as I say, I'm going to show you some pictures from the Willie Bo Davis Community Vegetable Garden. So the Lindsay Davis Garden Club got together, in 2017, and with the help of Chris McCullen, they got that garden together. And there were some other volunteers. There was the garden manager, Dennis, and some other volunteers. Okay, so how these gardens came about, like I said, BB&T donated some money for the meditation garden, and then the seniors over there at Lindsay Davis wanted their own garden. So they started the vegetable garden. They had raised beds built, and Chris went and picked up those raised beds in his own personal truck and delivered them over to the Lindsay Davis Community Center, Willie Bo Davis Community Vegetable Garden. And there was a promotional video made about how the raised beds were made and, the plantings that took place. And oddly, Christopher did not make that video. And let me tell you, Christopher, let me show you who I'm talking about. He is a Florida Master Gardener, and he's certified in landscape and horticulture. That's Chris. I did see some incorrect information out there. Christopher is actually the one who designed the meditation and vegetable garden. He drew it on a piece of paper, and then, they give it to the architect, and then they make it come to life. Um, and he is a actual Florida certified master gardener. Well, I saw some correct information giving credit to someone else, but it was Chris who designed both gardens and also taught the volunteers how to plant, maintain, and harvest the vegetables out of that garden. And so I have to mention Miss Gwen Oates, who actually runs the programs at the Lindsay Davis Community Center, Miss Catherine Watts, Alice McCullough, and the Parks and Recreation Department, as well as the STARS volunteers who keep the gardens looking beautiful. All right. So after the gardens were established, there was a request to have Chris to continue to come uh, to those gardens to help them maintain, the harvest, help the volunteers, teach them. He kept teaching classes, and he would take the seniors on tours to other gardens to show them how they could keep the garden beautiful and how to maintain that garden. And so I have to give a special thank you to Miss Margaret Shepard. Now, Miss Shepard is a community activist and volunteer. She's part of Concerned Mothers. She sits on the Riviera Beach Planning and Zoning Board, and her cousin is the first and only female mayor that Riviera Beach has had, and that is Mayor Clara King Williams. So Ms. Shepard actually went to one of the CRA meetings to request the CRA board to continue to have Christopher to come over to the vegetable and flower gardens over at Lindsay Davis. Um, that area is not part of the CRA, and Chris works under the CRA as the Florida Master Gardener. So he was approved to continue to go over there to help the volunteers to show them how to harvest, the collard greens, the cabbages. They have sugar cane and all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to show you some pictures right now of what it looks like over at that garden. It is absolutely gorgeous. If you haven't been, please stop by the Willie Bo Davis Community Vegetable Garden and look how beautiful the plants and everything over there are maintained. And I have pictures of several different angles. It's a beautiful garden. And who knew we had these beautiful flowers and plants on 28th Street in Riviera Beach, other than the people who live over there and those who volunteer. One of the things I like most is they have these big stalks of sugarcane growing over at that garden. And of course, they have beautiful collard greens, peppers, tomatoes. And this is one of the things that Chris taught them how to do is how to harvest, how to pick your greens so that they aren't picked clean so that they will continue to grow. There's a beautiful Mickey Mouse bird bath over there. And these are the raised beds that Chris delivered on his truck. They were built elsewhere and he loaded them onto his truck a couple at a time and delivered all of them over there after they were built. All right. And so with the volunteers and Gwinos, they get out there, they pull weeds, you know, they pick the peppers and the collard greens and keep the garden looking beautiful. They have broccoli, like I said, tomatoes, peppers, all kinds of cabbages and things out there. And the garden looks good year round. And so that's what Chris did for that garden. Like I said, took them on tours, showed them how to harvest, and then also, how often should they water? When should they put fertilizer? How much fertilizer should they use? Those are the things that he taught them so that the garden is maintained very, very well. Okay, so moving right along, I wanted to talk about Chris just a little bit more because he is the master gardener that's helping them to maintain. So, with this design thing, he designed the Singer Island Garden. He also designed the Willoughby Davis Meditation and Flower Garden, as well as the Willoughby Davis um, Vegetable Garden. And the company that he worked for before he started working for the CRA, um, he won an award for landscape design. It was a neighborhood award that the company that he worked for that he designed, they won an award for the landscape design for the homeowner. So that's just something that he does. It's a passion of his that he loves to do, and that's what he did. So again, when you have time, please go over to the Willoughby Davis Community Garden and just walk around. Also volunteer at the garden. And look at how beautiful the landscape is there. Flowers, they have the springtime flowers. They have the benches inside the garden. Again, that's the sugar cane, collard greens, peppers, tomatoes. And then I think this will be my new favorite place, the Willie Bo Davis Meditation and Flower Garden. It's so beautiful, so peaceful. And this is how it looks from in the middle of what I call the courtyard. And they have Easter decorations out there. And this is at the Lindsay Davis Community Center on 28th Street. What if anybody's ever thought about having their wedding out here or something? It is absolutely gorgeous. And again, I want to recognize Miss Gwen Oates, the STARS volunteers, Catherine Watts, Alice McCullough, and the Parks and Recreation Department for keeping the garden beautiful. and Chris, of course, because he's out there as well. And I want to thank Miss Shepherd again for suggesting that I come on and talk about the Willie Bo Davis Community Garden at the Lindsay Davis Community Center. And again, Miss Shepherd is a community activist. She is on the Planning and Zoning Board. She's part of Concerned Mothers of Riviera Beach. And I thank her for suggesting that I talk about the Willie Bo Davis Community Garden. And what I think I will do is just come on and talk about each garden for the next couple of weeks, just to let everybody know what they look like, where they are, how you can get involved as a volunteer. And as always, if you want to volunteer, you have to contact Riviera Beach CRA. That number is 561-844-3408. I appreciate your support. And please like this video, rewind it and watch it from the beginning. Share with somebody, tell somebody about it. And I'll be back next time to talk about another garden. And soon I will be bringing Chris McCullen, the Riviera Beach Master Gardener, on for an interview to talk about all the things that he's done, what he has done, what he's involved in right now. And I appreciate your support. So with that, everyone, have a great day. Bye-bye.